Jesus, you hear every whisper. You see every plot, every silent laugh, every hidden prayer against me. They've written their own ending for my story, but you are the author. So before their voices become prophecy, before their words turn into my reality, Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. They've been talking in shadows, writing my name with doubt and shame. They see my weakness, they mark my failures. They think my God forgot my name. But I remember what you promised. I remember what you said, that no weapon formed against me will stand when you defend. Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. You said I'm chosen, you said I'm heard. They speak defeat, but you speak life. You speak healing over every curse and every lie. Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. They count my falls like victories. They celebrate when I'm weak. They think my silence is surrender. They think my tears mean I'm defeated. But they don't know the God I serve. They don't know what you can do. They don't know that every attack is turning into a miracle too. You may have enemies, but you also have a God who rewrites endings. They spoke over Joseph, but God gave him a throne. They spoke over David, but God gave him a crown. People can speak, witches can plot, haters can gather, but only God has the final say. Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. They speak in darkness, but you bring light to the earth. They say I'm finished, you say I'm just begun. Turn that laughter into proof of what you've done. Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. Let your voice be louder than their voices. Let your truth drown out their lies. Let your favor silence their accusations. Let your glory be my reply. If they wrote me off, rewrite me in grace. If they buried me, let me rise in your name. If they planned my fall, make me a testimony, so they will know you are God. Lord, I've had moments where I feared their words, where I almost believed their curse. but you reminded me who I am in you, and who they are not in your universe. So I'm lifting my head again, not in pride, but in faith, because my ending is in your hands, not in their mouths, not in their hate. Oh, Jesus, you didn't let my enemies have the last word. You turned their curse into a living testimony heard. They spoke death, but you spoke life. You wrote my victory in the middle of the fight. Jesus, you didn't let my enemies have the last word. Thank you for vindicating me. They meant it for evil, you meant it for good. I rise by your grace. People can talk, people can plan, people can pronounce their own verdict, but God is the judge, God is the author. God is the one who writes the final chapter. So tonight I rest in this truth. My enemies don't have the last word. Jesus does. Jesus, you hear every whisper. You see every plot, every silent laugh, every hidden prayer against me. They've written their own ending for my story, but you are the author. So before their voices become prophecy, before their words turn into my reality, Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. They've been talking in shadows, writing my name with doubt and shame. They see my weakness, they mock my failures. They think my God forgot my name. But I remember what you promised, I remember what you said, that no weapon formed against me will stand when you defend. Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. You said I'm chosen, you said I'm heard. They speak defeat, but you speak life. You speak healing over every curse and every lie. Jesus, don't let my enemies have the last word. They count my falls like victories. They celebrate when I'm weak. They think my silence is surrender, but they think my tears mean I'm defeated. But they don't know the God I serve. They don't know what you can do. They don't know that every attack is turning into a miracle too. You may have enemies, but you also have a God who rewrites endings. They spoke over Joseph, but God gave him a throne. They spoke over David, but God gave him a crown. People can speak, witches can plot, haters can gather, but only God has the final say. nations. Let your glory be my reply. If they wrote me off, rewrite me in grace. If they buried me, let me rise in your name. If they plan my fall, make me a testimony so they will know you are God. Lord, I've had moments where I feared their words, where I almost believed their curse. But you reminded me who I am in you, and who they are not in your universe. So I'm lifting my head again, not in pride but in faith, because my ending is in your hands, not in their mouths, not in their hands. Jesus, you didn't let my enemies have the last word. You turned their curse into a living testimony heard. They spoke death, but you spoke life. You wrote my victory in the middle of the fight. Jesus, you didn't let my enemies have the last word. Thank you for vindicating me. They meant it for evil, you meant it for good. I rise by your grace. People can talk, people can plan, people can pronounce their own verdict, but God is the judge, God is the author, God is the one who writes the final chapter. So tonight, I rest in this truth. My enemies don't have the last word. Jesus does. Jesus, I've reached the end of my strength. I've argued, prayed, fasted, cried, and this battle is still louder than my peace. I don't have the words anymore. I don't have the fight in me anymore, so I'm laying it at your feet. Jesus, fight this for me. I've been standing in the fire alone, trying to be brave, trying not to break. Every night feels like a silent war. Every morning feels like another mistake. They don't see the weight on my spirit. They don't hear the battles in my head. But you see the war behind my worship. You hear the prayers I never said. Jesus, fight this for me. I'm tired of bleeding quietly. When my hands are weak and my heart can't breathe, scare me, Lord. Fight this for me. Jesus, fight this for me. I've tried to be strong for everyone, smiled when my soul was on its knees. I've carried burdens I never chose, fought demons they'll never see. I've spoken faith with trembling lips, scriptures while shaking inside. But tonight I'm done pretending. I need you on the front line. You don't have to fight every battle. Some battles are too spiritual, too heavy, too ancient. Jehoshaphat stood still, and God fought for him. Moses lifted a rod, and God split the sea. Sometimes your only job is to surrender the fight to the one who never loses.
Jesus, fight this for me.
When the storm is louder than my belief, when my faith is weak and my hope feels disturbing, Lord, fight this for me. Jesus, fight this for me. Jesus,
Fight this for me.
Jesus,
Fight this for me.
fight what I've done, yeah.
Fight anything.
Fight what I can't see.
I'm trapped in my mind.
My body, my destiny.
They're plotting in darkness, exposing.
Fear is rising.
Fear is rising there.
Silence it.
If sickness is speaking, remove it.
If curses,
So spoken, reverse it.
you are the God of war and peace. So fight this for me. Lord, I've tried to be my own defender, but pride only made me weak. So I'm laying down every weapon and placing this battle at your feet. If you fight, I rest. If you stand, I'm safe. If you speak, every enemy must bow, and every storm must break.
Jesus, fight this for me.
You stepped into what was killing me. When I was tired, you carried the war and turned my wounds to victory.
Fight this for me.
Jesus, fight this for me. Fight to
Fight this for me.
thank you, warrior God. You never lose.
Fight this for me.
Some fights are not meant for your hands. Some battles are meant for God's hands. So tonight I'm not fighting. I'm trusting Jesus. Fight this for me. Jesus. So many voices are talking at once. Doctors gave reports, people gave opinions. Fear gave predictions, enemies gave verdicts. But you are the judge, the author, the last voice. So before I believe what they said, I choose to believe what you say. Jesus, you got the final say.
They spoke over my future like it was finished. They read my weakness like a prophecy. They called my valley permanent. They called my delay my destiny. But you whispered in the quiet, you're still in my hands, child. And suddenly every loud opinion became smaller than your voice. You got the final say. When men say no, you make a way. When fear speaks loud, your truth still stays. You got the final say. You got the final say. Heaven decides, not what they say. My story ends in grace and light. You got the final say. They said I wouldn't make it through this season, said this storm would bury me alive. They said my prayers were too late, said my faith was barely alive. But you said I'm still chosen. You said I'm still called. You said what you started in me, you will finish through it all. People can diagnose you, people can define you, people can judge you, but only God decides you. Only God defines your end. Only God has the gavel to pen the last chapter. And when God speaks, every other voice becomes noise. You got the final say. Curses break when you speak grace. Darkness moves when you show your face. You got the final say. You got the final say. What you decree will always stay. My ending is written by your hand. You got the final say. If you say healed,
I'm healed.
if you say free, I'm free. If you say chosen, I'm chosen. No voice can cancel what you speak. Let doctors talk, let haters talk, let fear talk, let demons shout. Your word is louder than them all, and your truth shuts every doubt. Lord, I almost believed their voices, almost accepted their conclusion. But your spirit reminded me that you are greater than every human opinion. So I surrender every report, every label, every fear. I choose your word over their words, because you are still here. You got the final say. You turned my midnight into day. What they call dead, you raised again. You got the final say. You got the final say. Heaven wrote my victory today, from beginning to the end of my story. You got the final say. You are God, your word stands forever. I believe you. People can predict, people can judge, people can conclude, but God has the last word. And his last word over you is not defeat, it is life. Jesus. You got the final say.